I love food. I love pizza, I love nachos, I love cake, I love all of it. And I love finding these healthier little hacks to make it in a healthier way. So it's all over on my Instagram. Like, I've made a lot of different things, and also follow so many other people on WW because people post so many amazing recipe hacks constantly, and it works. Like, you feel healthier, you can still like lose weight if that's what you're trying to do, and still really enjoy like all your favorite dishes. This is a staple too. Oh my god, the Hidden Valley Ranch dip mix. So this with some non-fat plain Greek yogurt makes the best ranch dip ever. Like, you won't even need ranch dressing ever again. 0 points. Non-fat Greek yogurt is a staple in my house. Whether I am making 2-ingredient dough, whether I am making a dip like this, I use it as a replacement for sour cream because it tastes just like sour cream on its own. There are just so many things that I use non-fat Greek yogurt for. So that's a staple as well. If you like making like a healthier pancake, I love making banana pancakes. They're literally just banana, egg, and like cinnamon and stuff. I love the sugar-free breakfast syrup. I've tried a few brands. I really like the Smucker's one. 0 smart points. A great way to season things and get it kind of cheesy and like salty and yummy without having to use cheese and waste points on that is to use nutritional yeast. This is great for making like mac and cheese and stuff like that. It adds a really yummy flavor to things as you're cooking. And let's finish it off with my favorite snacks. Like, I'm such a snacker. I love snacks. I like a mid-morning snack. I like a mid-afternoon snack. First and foremost, I have bought so many of these. The Tillamook 0 sugar black pepper jerky. The whole bag only has 2 smart points, and there is something satisfying about when you can eat the whole bag of something. And they're very filling, they're super yummy, a little bit spicy. I buy the little sensible portions of the veggie straws. You can get them at like the grocery store. I believe these have 2 or 3 smart points per bag. The ranch is my favorite. They're so yummy. Also, you can, because honestly, I have seen so much cloud bread and I need it. So I'm going to do that one first. So by the time I'm done with the other ones, it'll be ready. Preheating to 300. I'm using the recipe from @MyHealthyDish. I love her page. And she like included common mistakes people make doing it. So, all right, let's do it. The first one is cloud bread. How to make dinner. So I'm sipping on right now one of my favorite little drinks. It totally like curbs that sweet tooth. So I get mine at Walgreens. They're $1 each. I think some people find them at the Dollar Tree, but they're like a staple in the WW community. These little Starburst drink mixes are phenomenal. I've bought them so many times. There's 0 smart points, 0 sugar, and they're just so freaking yummy. Like, I am addicted, and so many of you guys have told me you tried them and love them. Sweet treat at home. These little Reese Puffs cereal bars only have 4 smart points. They're a really nice little dessert if you're just like craving chocolate peanut butter but you don't feel like making yourself a little something. Good morning. I am going to show you now one of my favorite breakfast recipe hacks. So one of my old favorite little breakfast wraps was from Chick-fil-A. It's like the one with like eggs and cheese and like hash browns and like fried chicken. Like, it's amazing. So I'm gonna show you guys how I make that on WW. So first and foremost, in my air fryer here, I just threw in a half a cup of diced potatoes from the frozen section at the grocery store. There is only 1 point and a half a cup. So they're just in there frying on 400 for about 10 minutes until they're crispy and done. These have been a staple on WW because they're pretty low point and they're just like good for breakfast with eggs all the time. And now I'm just scrambling up 2 eggs for 0 points in a non-stick pan. I don't add milk or anything, they're just fine on their own, but got some scrambled eggs. And you can microwave these or you can put them in the air fryer or the oven, but I'm gonna take 2 of these air fried nuggets and cut them up for my chicken. They're so good. So for the wrap, I'm gonna use a Joseph's lavash bread. This whole thing, which is huge, only has 2 points. Or you can cut it in half for like a smaller size. I actually might just use half because this is this is really big for 1 point. And then I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup of this fat-free cheddar, which has 0 points. I'm so excited. I'm so hungry. Okay, so I like to just kind of put everything together before I put it in the burrito. So we have my eggs. I cut up the nuggets. I ended up doing 3 nuggets for 2 points. And then half a cup of potatoes, which are nice and crispy from the air fryer. And I'm gonna put it in this little half of the lavash slice. Guys, this whole thing has 4 smart points. And I kind of have to hold it while I eat it because like it comes apart, but it tastes just like Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna just add a little bit of ketchup and yeah, it's delish. I also did season my eggs with salt and pepper. So make sure you season as you go. But yeah, that's my little Chick-fil-A breakfast wrap recipe. So I'm gonna start with some of my absolute favorite cheese products. I love cheese, big cheese fan. So the first 2 things that are absolute staples in my house are fat-free shredded cheese from Kraft. So I get the mozzarella and the fat-free cheddar. I usually can only find the mozzarella one at Stop and Shop, and I find this one in more locations for other normal grocery stores. A 1/4 cup has 0 points, half a cup has 1 point, so you can use up to a 1/4 cup for 0 points, and it goes really nicely on so many different dishes. So another fave is the Tostitos salsa con queso. 3 tablespoons has 2 points. And I put this on my breakfast burritos in the morning. We'll get to more of what I put in those later. But it's just really yummy. Also with like Tostitos scoops. Those are one of the lower point chips I have discovered. And it's just so yummy. It goes well with a lot of different things. And then the lowest point cheese that I've discovered from my little community that I follow and follows me. It's such a nice place to exchange little tips on that Instagram. Velveeta. These cheese slices are only 1 point per slice. I use them on sandwiches, turkey burgers, so many different things. And then some of my favorite little snacks throughout the day. If I'm just getting a little bit hungry or I feel like munching on something, I love a little cheese snacks for 1 point. So these are the Cabot Light 50 sharp cheddar cheese little snackies. They also have a lot of like string cheese that's reduced fat for 1 point. Just make sure you scan them. So to kind of discover a lot of, I love this combo here. So these little smart cakes are so bomb. I like the cinnamon and the lemon the most. So I'm gonna take the lemon one here. There are 2 little cakes in here. They have 1 point each. And I'm also gonna just like cut them in half and add some like sliced strawberry, a little 0 point fat-free whipped cream, and make like this really yummy lemon strawberry little cake.
I feel slightly embarrassed by that. 7 grams of protein. See, I think these are better than tubs. Flavors. I think these are better than tubs.
I prefer this as well.
Yeah. Like, ooh, you know what? Good business idea. So let's buy a truck or minivan and only sell alternative ice creams and be like the new thing and walk around like and drive around bougie neighborhoods, and we would be the cool ice cream truck.
And parents want it for their kids because it's like healthy.
Yeah. Like, let's be the Sweet Greens of ice cream truck. Oh, no. Like, listen, we know like ice cream trucks aren't really a thing anymore, but like, how nostalgic can it be? Nostalgic?
Yeah, I'm just being funny, but you said it right.
Will it be if you were to see an ice cream truck in your neighborhood? Like, this is part of our pitch right here.
I've heard some around this neighborhood before.
You have?
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be like ours. Like, ours is gonna have like neon lights and like.
Ooh, it's gonna be like a dance party.
It's gonna be like a dance party, inviting everyone. Like, none of that.
So I have some chicken breast here, and I just pulled out my slow cooker. This is the one we use. So the first thing I'm gonna do is slow cook my chicken for a few hours so that it like kind of soaks in flavor and gets nice and like shreddable. So I'm just gonna cut these up just so they'll cook a little bit faster, and then as they slow cook, when they're cooked, you can like kind of pull them apart with a fork. So like my husband said, I'm making him barbecue chicken, and I'm also going to use the pulled chicken to make myself buffalo chicken dip because he does not like buffalo. So normally you could also soak this with hot sauce in here, but I'm just going to season it really well so it will just get like normal seasoning, like adobo, little salt, pepper, garlic powder, things like that. So it'll get really flavorful, and then we can use hot sauce, barbecue sauce, whatever. So let's just get our chicken cut up. You could also literally buy a rotisserie chicken and, you know, pull out the non-skin parts because it gets nice and shredded. But I'm gonna do them in strips like this. But we had a lot of chicken, so I just wanted to use this up. And then I can also kind of cut off any fat parts or little grizzly parts because I'm very sensitive to that. And I'm also gonna just give my crock pot a little cooking spray so nothing will stick, and throw these in. So inside the crock pot, I spritzed it with a little teeny bit of non-stick coconut oil just so it won't stick, and I'm gonna throw some seasoning on top. I'm gonna do adobo. I love adobo because like it has garlic powder and things like that in there. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of this 0-point ranch dip mix. And now I'm gonna slow cook this for about 3 hours. I forgot to mention I put this on high on the slow cook mode for 3 hours. So it takes longer if you cook it on low. Okay, so it has been 3 hours and here is our chicken. Now I'm just gonna take it out so you guys can see better, but see how it already has like that fall apart texture? So we're gonna take it out and we're gonna pull it. I would normally just do it in the crock pot, but I want you guys to be able to see it. Sorry, I just finished a workout, so it smells amazing. Like, putting that seasoning in with it is the key. So now I'm just gonna grab 2 forks, and this is enough for me and my husband. So, see, it's just like super easily shreddable. So we're just going to shred all of it with these 2 forks. Look, like it's so easy. And here is what it looks like, all shredded. And it already tastes so good, even with just the seasoning. So I'm gonna make this like a little twofer. I'll show you guys how I make my husband a low point barbecue pulled chicken sandwich. And then we will also make the buffalo chicken dip. So yeah, 2 recipes in one, let's do it. Okay, so I know some people like to do their buffalo chicken dip in like layers, but I like to mix it all together, and that, cause I can kind of like taste it and like figure out if I want to add anything like to taste, and then I top it with cheese and bake it. So I am gonna do it in this little guy here. I have my oven preheating. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I like to just use one bowl so I don't waste a bunch of bowls to wash. So I kind of do one step at a time in the bowl as I go. I'm taking some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. This is 0 points. It's amazing. I use it in so much. Sorry, it's a mess back here. My husband's doing a car wash and he got all these fancy new things. So I'm gonna take just a big old dollop of that, and I'm gonna take more of this Hidden Valley Ranch Dip powder, just adding probably about a tablespoon. This is also an amazing dip for like veggies and stuff. It's a great way to do a 0 point dip, and it kind of gives the impersonation of ranch dressing for this. So I'm just mixing that up, and I like to just taste it and make sure it's where I want. Perfect. Some people like it more ranchy than others. Now I'm also going to add in, because I like it super creamy, I'm going to add in 3 of these Laughing Cow light cheeses, and this kind of works as kind of like a cream cheese substitute, or you can use a whipped or fat-free cream cheese, but to me, these taste the best. Whipped cream cheese is pretty good, but the fat-free doesn't have a lot of flavor. So I'm just gonna throw in 3 of these little triangles. Like this. They just make it super creamy, and I believe these have 1 point each. Now I know some people like their dip all ranch, all blue cheese, either way, but I like both. So I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of light blue cheese, chunky blue cheese. And of course, you know, you can do this however fits your points. I know not everyone's on blue, but because our chicken and hot sauce have hardly any points, this is where it all pretty much lies. But it's still pretty low point. It's kind of crazy. So I'm just mixing up our creamy stuff so it's nice and ranchy, blue cheesy, creamy. Oh, it's so fire. I kind of just like mash it together. Now I'm gonna add in our pulled chicken. Because this has 0 points and it's full of protein, I'm gonna add like a decent amount. And now I'm gonna add in my hot sauce. Do however much you like, depending how hot you like to go. 0 points. I love the Frank's buffalo wing sauce. I'm gonna mix it all up now. Mixing like the creamy part, the chicken, the hot sauce. You can really see it start to come together. And the only thing with points in this is the blue cheese and the little Laughing Cow guys, which is 6 points. So all this only has 6 points. It's crazy. And I'm someone who I like to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Does that not look so good? And now I'm just gonna try a tiny taste. Oh my God. Guys, it's so good. You have to try this. Spread it out so it's even in the pan. And we're gonna top it with my favorite fat-free cheddar from Kraft. So 1/4 cup has 0 points, and then if you use a 1/2 cup, it goes up to 1 point. So I'm just gonna do 1/4 cup. You know, you just want it to be nice and like melty on top. Now I'm gonna throw it in the oven at 350 just for about 10 minutes to get it nice and warm and melty. My oven is dirty, please don't judge me. Okay, my bad. The Laughing Cow, the 3 are actually 4 points. So that dip comes to 7 points. So what I like to eat it with, you can either do celery for 0 points, which is so good. I don't have any right now though, so I'm gonna use this Joseph's pita bread. This is the best. You need this in your house if you're on WW. It's the flax oat bran and whole wheat pita bread, 1 point per pita, which is just crazy. You can have 2 of these and the whole feast will be 9 points, and it's so filling, so much food. Another great little tip, I'm not gonna do it today, but if you like pita chips and you want a low point version, take these, cut them up into like, you know, the little triangles, like cutting it like a pizza, put it on a baking sheet, spray it with a little bit of cooking spray, add like garlic powder, salt and pepper, and bake them, and you could make your at-home low point pita chips. And while my buffalo chicken dip is baking, I'll let you guys know what I'm doing for my husband. So as I told you, the pulled chicken, this is for his pulled chicken sandwich. So another staple in WW is the G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce. The hickory is my favorite flavor. I've tried them all, but this is my fave. So this actually has 0 points unless you go up to a certain amount, but you can use a decent amount of this for 0 points. So I just went ahead and threw that in with his chicken for his sandwich. And while he finishes washing our cars, I'm gonna leave this on keep warm so the flavor can really soak in. It's fresh out of the oven, nice and melty. And I'm gonna go ahead and have 2 of these pitas to eat this, all for 9 points. So good. Buy these little bags of like Smart Food. I believe this has 3 points per bag. When I first got back on WW, I literally like only bought WW snacks. My favorite is the salt and vinegar potato crisps. Oh my God, there's just something like different about the texture of these. And I love salt and vinegar chips. These are so yummy. 2 points in this bag. And I've kind of discovered as I've gone on the last few months that you can get a lot of these other little chips, the little bags of chips at the grocery store for like usually about 3 points per little bag. These have 2 points, but it's like cheaper and easier to be able to just buy them at the grocery store. But like I said, scan every single one because, you know, some of those little bags have like 5 smart points per bag. So scan as you go. What you need is whole wheat flour or gluten-free flour, whatever flour you like. I do think some other flours might be lower in points. I had at home normal flour, whole wheat flour, and gluten-free, and this one has the least points. It is 8 points and half a cup, and then we're also using non-fat Greek yogurt for 0 points. It's just these 2 for the dough. So I am actually making a whole pizza. I'm gonna have half of it and my husband will have the other half. So this equals 1 big pizza and I'll be having half. So I'll explain the points as I go. So this is 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. And now I'm gonna add in 1 cup of this non-fat Greek yogurt. I use this stuff for everything, so I always have it in the house. And now I'm just going to mix it together and it actually forms a dough. This is kind of perfect because we've always loved whole wheat pizza dough. Like before I was on WW and I would make us homemade pizza, I'd always buy the whole wheat crust because it's kind of sweet. I'm so bad at stirring this, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep stirring it and you can see it's already starting to form like a dough texture. And I'm gonna tell you guys a secret on how to make this taste good because it can taste a little sour like the Greek yogurt if you don't season it properly. So I got some tips from you guys on seasoning, and then eventually it gets to a point where I can just do it with my hands. I'm just taking a little flour on my hands so it's not too sticky, and it's forming the dough. All right, and just like that, we have our pizza dough. Okay, so I just went ahead and threw some parchment paper on a baking sheet, and I'm just going to take my time and work the dough out. So the trick is we're gonna cook the dough after we season it on 450 for like 10-12 minutes and let it get kind of crispy, and then we are going to add the toppings and bake it again. All right, so I have my pizza all spread out. It definitely takes a little while, but eventually it gets there. So I'm gonna use my favorite pizza sauce, Don Pepino. So I just added a teeny weeny bit of pizza sauce because I like the flavor to soak in, but I'm gonna add more later. So we're gonna go ahead and season the dough. I am using adobo because it has, you know, like salt, garlic powder, like it has all the flavors already incorporated into it, so I can just do one step. But you want like garlic powder, salt, pepper, things like that. Just want lots of flavor. So now I'm gonna throw it in like this after you add your seasoning, and I'm gonna put it in for 12 minutes. I find that 10 was just not totally enough. Okay, so it just came out of the oven. Smells amazing with the seasoning. And now I'm adding my favorite pizza sauce, about half of the can, because we've already used half another time. So I'm just doing the pizza sauce. Sometimes I'll make a buffalo chicken pizza, but that recipe is actually already up. Recently also, we got a popcorn maker, and it has been one of our favorite things for when we watch TV in the evening. So I just picked up some little popcorn kernels for 3 tablespoons unpopped, which is usually like makes a big bowl for me, only has 3 smart points, and I'll top it with some movie theater butter flavored spritzer. I don't use too much for 0 points. And then also some white cheddar popcorn seasoning. I don't use too much, again, for 0 points. It tastes so good. I also always keep rice cakes in the house. So these have, I think 1 smart point per cake. And I will usually top them with either some plain non-fat Greek yogurt for 0 points or a little bit of whipped cream cheese. And then I'll take some Flavor God seasoning on top. They have like sweet ones, savory ones. They have like donut flavor, buffalo ranch, pizza, and it will add an amazing flavor. Like I said, those are called Flavor God seasonings. I really like those. And lastly, I know this video is really long, my favorite cereal that I'm addicted to is Magic Spoon. They actually saw me buying these and gave me a coupon code, so I'll put it on the screen. But Magic Spoon is so good. It's no sugar cereal, and they make flavors like when you were a kid. These are frosted, like kind of like frosted Cheerios, but they're like so sweet and so good. I love cereal, but there's so many points in all my favorite ones. So you can have a cup of this for 3 smart points, which is a lot lower than other cereals. They have like chocolate ones, fruity ones like Fruit Loops, chocolate and blueberry. I don't know if I said that already, but they're really good. I definitely recommend checking them out, but I only buy them online. I don't know if you can get them in stores. Sorry this video is really long, but I have so many favorites, and I'm sure I missed some that I have in my house. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below your absolute #1 WW staple food you always have in your house. Fat-free cheddar, just because points. So in the whole thing, I'm gonna do a half a cup of each. So in total, I am eating a 1/4 cup of each. And the great thing is, once you have the dough cooked, you can literally do like any toppings that you like. I've made some really good barbecue chicken ranch pizza with that G. Hughes barbecue sauce. And then I'm topping it with some turkey pepperoni. These are very low point. Like, I think there's like a point in like 10 of them. So I'm just loading it up with pepperoni. And here is what the pizza looks like. This is half of the pizza. There is another half over there. And this has 14 smart points. And it's a lot of pizza. Like, this is a really big plate. So yeah, it's a lot lower in points than getting pizza at like Domino's or something. And it's even more filling because that non-fat Greek yogurt has so much protein. And it's so delicious. Season everything, guys. Like, you can also use that 2-ingredient dough to make bagels, which will be in another video soon. And I talked earlier about the Smart Baking Company. Guys, these little smart cakes are heaven. They have 1 smart point per cake. You get 2 cakes in here. My favorite flavor is the lemon. Oh my God, it's so good. These have no sugar, they have fiber, they have protein. Like I said, you can have both of these smart cakes for 2 points. They are so delicious. I'll show you what they look like. Let's be honest, I just want to eat one. I've tried other flavors. I really like the cinnamon, I like the raspberry, but the lemon just like slaps. So this is what one of the cakes looks like. They're super fluffy. They have like a kind of sugary crystal thing on the top. Like, just try these if you like lemon. You won't regret it. For all my sweet tooth people out there, I just got these and I am addicted. I found out after I got them that a lot of people on WW buy these. I just bought more flavors. I'll let you know on my Instagram when they come in how they are. This is from the brand Eat Me Guilt Free, the brownies. I've tried Fiber One brownies before. I think they have like 2 points. These have 4, but they are worth it for dessert. They taste like a real brownie. The closest thing to a real brownie. Like, I'm talking like 9.5 out of 10. These are so yummy. Like, I'm talking like a Fiber One brownie's like a 6, maybe a 5. These are so, like, I'm salivating. These are so bomb. And if you want kind of like another, all right, so if you guys know the tea with Halo Top ice cream, it takes forever to thaw, so it's way too hard to even get out. But while I'm waiting for that to defrost a little, our mozzarella balls are done and they smell insanely good. Yes, you can see the cheese coming out. Oh, it's totally melted, guys. Okay, so as you can see, it is melty and gooey. Oh my, whoa. It's really hot, so I'm just gonna take a tiny piece. I mean, come on, how could it be bad, right? Dip it in a little ranch and call it a day, baby cakes. A nice little low point snack, too. Who doesn't love an air fryer? This is so good. I'm coming in hot at a 10 out of 10 on these. Ooh! Love for refrigerated things the Ready Whip fat-free whipped cream for 0 points. This is delicious with strawberries. It's just an easy 0 point dessert. And I usually also will take a little bit of Truvia on top just for like a little bit of sugar on the strawberries and then put on the whipped cream. And it is so delicious. Great to have in the house. And then for dressing, I am a ranch lover. So I'm just like scanning everything as I go to make sure I'm telling you the right points. This Bolthouse Farms ranch, it has 2 points for 3 tablespoons. So you can use a lot of this and it's really yummy. It's made of yogurt. Really good. I just also got their blue cheese and it was very good. I think that's all for refrigerated freezer stuff. So moving on, for bread products, I have a few absolute favorite bread products that are staples in the house. First and foremost, these are my one true love, besides my husband. These Olay Extreme Wellness tortilla wraps. These have one smart point. Like, what the heck? They're so good. They just taste like a normal tortilla wrap. I have one pretty much every single morning. I'll either make myself a breakfast burrito with like some turkey sausage, an egg, a little bit of that Tostitos salsa con queso. It's like actually my favorite breakfast. And for one point, like, you can't go wrong. You can make tacos with these, sandwiches, burritos, like everything. Make a quesadilla. They're so good. There are so many of these like low point wraps though. Just get one that's like high in fiber and low in carbs, and it should be pretty low point. But those are my personal fave. Today I'm gonna do another what I eat in a day on WW staples video, like what you need on WW. These Olay Extreme Wellness wraps, they're soft and delicious, like the best little tortilla wraps, and they're only one smart point. First, I'm gonna take a 1/4 cup of this cheddar cheese. And we were out of unsweet almond milk, vanilla. Oh, and this is my favorite. Brownies and cookie dough enlightened ice cream. Amazing. And lastly, air fried chicken tenders. So it only has 0 points. It's fat free. A lot of people ask about like how do 0 point foods work? Like if you eat too much, like are you gonna gain weight, whatever. So with a lot of these 0 point foods, if you eat a certain amount and like you track how much you're eating, the points will go up. Like it's only 0 points for up to a certain amount. So here on my non-stick pan, very little spray of coconut oil. And I saw this hack on TikTok and now I can't stop doing it like this. So I spread the cheese all over my pan and I'm gonna let it get kind of melty. Another huge staple on WW is eggs. These have 0 points. They're super filling, lots of protein. So see, now it's getting like melty. So now I'm taking 2 eggs. I know I'm not probably doing this right, so please hold your judgment, please. And now I just kind of like break up the eggs on top of the cheddar. This is just how I do it personally. But then on top of it, I'm just gonna lay down my tortilla and it covers everything perfectly. And now it'll kind of cook against the tortilla. So when we flip it over, it's like kind of like a pre-made layer already cooked on the tortilla, and it just makes the burrito like extra good. So that's this little step. All right, so this part is super satisfying, like watching it come off. I don't even need to use my spatula because you're using a non-stick pan. And just like look how stunning. It's like cooked egg with cheese. I'm gonna throw some salt and pepper on top. So that is like the base of my burrito. So also, to go in my burrito, I am taking 1 alfresco chicken, apple maple sausage. These are so yummy. I just cut up one of them and I'm just frying that up, but they're really good. They're like kind of sweet and salty. All right, so I added salt and pepper, and while my sausage cooks up, it cooks pretty quickly since I have them cut up. I love adding some Tostitos, queso blanco dip. 2 tablespoons of this only has 1 point, and I'm probably only gonna use like 1 tablespoon because I don't need a lot, but it adds like a nice little cheesy spice to it. And then sometimes also I will add avocado, but I might be having avocado with my lunch, so stay tuned. Here's my sausage. Yum. Yeah, with the avocado, it's usually like pretty full. But here is my breakfast burrito. It's so yummy. It's like spicy and sweet and salty. And pretty much every morning with breakfast, I'll have a lot of fruit. So I'll probably cut up like a few strawberries. I'll probably eat like honestly half of this pineapple for 0 smart points. Okay guys, so this is lunch now. I'm gonna show you guys how I make my Chipotle order and end up having 2 burritos at home. And they're super filling and really yummy, and I kind of make it my own little way. Lately, we've both been loving baby goldfish. Don't know why. Slow cooker liners. I like to use the slow cooker a lot. Some Good Thins. Garden veggie, great for cheese and crackers. Some diet soda. Yarman's orange juice. We were out of so much. Also for sweet tooth moments, I always have Smart Sweets in the house. Oh, they're all backwards. So they literally make like your favorite kind of candies as Smart Sweets with like low sugar. They're plant-based. They range from like I think 2 to 4 points a bag, but you can have a whole bag. So I have the gummy bears. We have their version of Swedish fish. We have their version of Sour Patch Kids, peach rings, my fave. And they recently came out with like Starburst, little wrapped up candies that are bomb.com. They're so fire. And so I actually showed this on my IG the other day. It's such a great hack because I can kind of maneuver some of the ingredients at home for a lower point option. So from Chipotle in my bowl, I just get brown rice, chicken, and pinto beans, and my favorite salsa. So the rice has 6 points, the chicken has 3 points, the beans have 1 point, and the salsa has 0. And then I will go ahead and I'm gonna make them into 2 of my own burritos with those 1 point wraps. And as you can see with my bowl, I am taking some Chobani plain Greek yogurt for 0 points, and it works as sour cream. It literally tastes the same. It's wild. I found this hack online. It's so awesome. And I'm also gonna take just like a tiny bit of that fat-free cheddar again on each of them. And I like to do my own guacamole at home because I'm not a big fan of like the super chunky onions from Chipotle. And I also end up not making that much of it. I weigh it in grams, and I think this was like 40 grams. I think it's only like 2 smart points. So avocado, big tip guys, I learned if you weigh it out in grams, it's usually way less points than you think it is by doing it by like the percentage of avocado. Guys, I don't know what happened. I just tried something's wrong. And I'm so sad I just wasted all this. They're wicked bitter. Like it's unbearable. What the heck did I do wrong? I told you guys how I did it. Please comment below, and I'm gonna remake these next week. Oh my God, like the taste is lingering. I'm sweating, they taste so bad. I don't know what happened. I mean, so the recipe called for 2/3 of a cup of baking soda, and that just doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. But an easy chicken is the Tyson Naturals grilled chicken breasts. These are 0 points. Super easy if you want a little 0 point protein in your sandwich or wherever. Or just eat them with your favorite dressing, which we will get to. And then I love the Ore-Ida shredded hash brown potatoes. These are a big part of my breakfast routine. I have like the same few meals, honestly, throughout the week because they're just my favorite. You can have 1¼ cups of these for 2 smart points, and it's a lot. They're really, really yummy. I love me a breakfast potato, so to be able to have those. I also buy the diced little potatoes, and they're also low point. So one brand that I was put onto from you guys is the Smart Baking Company. I keep these frozen. These are their muffins. I believe this has 3 smart points. It's the chocolate chip muffin. It's delicious. It is so good. They also have 1 point hamburger buns, and they have these little smart cakes, which are delicious, which we'll get to. But I love these muffins for those mornings you just like are craving a muffin. And muffins are usually really high point, but these are super filling and yummy and low point. Now, our cloud bread is sinking. What did I do wrong? Oh, honey. Somehow I messed up, and I don't really know how. I mean, it looks cool in the texture, but it doesn't look like fluffy like it's supposed to. But apparently it tastes, she said it tastes like a fluffy cotton candy vibe. So let's find out. Something's wrong. Oh, something's wrong. That literally just tastes like egg whites. I'm gonna take some of like the fluffy top part that looks more correct. Like I'm thinking maybe some of the egg white like fell to the bottom. I did something really wrong, and I don't know what it is. Like, I 100% followed the directions. I don't know. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was just dying to try it. I'm a TikTok fanatic. I love TikTok. I hope it never goes away. Donald. But if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if we should do a part 2. Yeah, follow me on TikTok. I don't post that much. I'm more of like a watcher, but I have fun. And then I also am addicted to the Joseph's pita bread. And I make so many different things with these. These are great with a little bit of hummus. I have yet to find a low point hummus. Let me know if you guys have found one. But I really like these as a sandwich situation. I usually just like put stuff in the middle and then like fold it up kind of like a taco because they are kind of thin. So I don't really like to like actually open the pita, but also great for these is using them for pizza. So I put that recipe over on my Instagram. You guys can click on the story highlight to figure out how to do that, but it's super easy. Literally, you just like bake it in the oven with toppings on it, and it makes like a thin crust pizza that is delicious and super low point. My favorite bagels, if I'm not making the 2 ingredient bagels, which is just Greek yogurt and flour. Sometimes I don't have time. I love these bagel thins. They have 3 smart points, and they are everything seasoning, and they're just really, really good. My favorite cream cheese in the house is the whipped cream cheese from Philadelphia. It's lower point because it's whipped. I find that buying like whipped options for things are lower point. And speaking of that, I got the Jif Whips peanut butter. 1 tablespoon of this has 2 smart points. It's a lot less than normal peanut butter, but it's still kind of high. So if you want a super low point peanut butter option, definitely pick up the PB2 peanut butter powder. So literally just mix this with a little bit of water to the consistency that you like, and it tastes just like peanut butter. 2 tablespoons, 1 smart point. It's amazing. Also really good in smoothies. Multiple times a week. It's just like so refreshing in the summer. So I have an English cucumber, and you can use any kind of cucumber. And I'm gonna take some Chobani plain non-fat Greek yogurt for 0 points. This is a great 0-point snack. So I used this with Hidden Valley ranch dip, 0-point ranch dip. It is so good in place of a normal ranch dip. And I'm just gonna slice up this cucumber, and it is so yummy, great with like carrots and other veggies as well. I use these for so much, these Joseph's pita breads. They're 1 point. I love making like individual pizzas with them that I throw in the oven. I love making gyros or sandwiches. There's so much I do with those. Must be meat. This must be meat. Oh, it's the wrong one. It's the only thing about Instacart. Sometimes they send the wrong one. I got ground beef. It was supposed to be 95% lean, but it's 90. But we shall survive. Peppers and onions. Mini cucumbers. So this is what I love about WW. I mean, who doesn't like pizza and burritos and stuff? But essentially, you're just using like healthier ingredients to make those things. And honestly, I might have chicken breast and broccoli one night, but I want to show you guys like the fun meals that like kind of curb cravings and are like really enjoyable and yummy. So I'm gonna show you guys how I make my buffalo chicken pizza tonight. So I personally, on my blue plan, I get 40 points a day, and so far today we have only used 17, so we still have 24 for the day. I get asked a lot, do you use all your smart points every day? And honestly, I usually do. So we're gonna go ahead and start this off by making the infamous 2-ingredient pizza dough with flour and Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is such a staple, and it's so good because it's so nutritious and it just fills you up, and it's way healthier than normal pizza dough. So I personally am using whole wheat flour. It's just what I have in my house. And I'm gonna take about a cup of the whole wheat flour in a bowl here. And a little smart tip too, because I like to put things in cute containers for the house. Underneath, I put the barcode to the original packaging. So when I am tracking smart points and you want it in a cute container, but you don't want to like not have the barcode to scan. So that's kind of how I can do it. I'm doing 1 cup of flour. Honestly, like swimming made me starving, so this pizza's gonna be like kind of big. You can always make it smaller. I just have a decent amount of points and mama is starving. Judge me if you want. What? I can't get this off my KitchenAid mixer. Like no matter how many times I wash it, I don't know what happened. So this is the yeast. You want fast acting. We have baking soda, flour, sugar, salt. All right, let's do this. 1 pack, which is a 1/4 ounce of these rapid rise instant yeast, fast acting. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1.5 cups of water. First, I have to mix this. Okay, and to finish the dough, I then added in 2/3 of a cup of baking soda.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And 3 1/4 cups of flour. Now I'm gonna put this on some parchment paper and form it and whatnot with some cooking spray. and then boil before we bake. Okay, so I made the dough into 4 sections, and this is gonna make 12 pretzels. So now I'm gonna take this and form it into 3 little pretzel ropes, and then they go into boiling water for 30 seconds, and then back on a pan to bake in the oven once I have them all ready to go. So this is really fun. Things like go to the grocery store, you know, open your phone, open your WW app, and just scan everything as you go. And eventually you kind of learn what is in your points budget and what products are best for you. So I'm gonna continue now with a couple of my frozen things just so I can put them away before I continue. My favorite ice cream has always been Halo Top. It's a protein ice cream. It's really low point. It tastes really good. But then you guys also put me on to Enlightened. This brand tastes so much more like real ice cream. And don't get me wrong, I love Halo Top still, forever and always. But the Enlightened is much more of a real ice cream kind of texture rather than that fluffy-ish texture of Halo Top. I don't like this flavor, if I'm being totally transparent. The marshmallow peanut butter, I picked it up on a whim and I don't like it, but I love the cookie dough, the fudge brownie cookie dough, their mint. It's really good otherwise. I don't really, too much marshmallow. Okay, another thing I use constantly are these Tyson air fried chicken nuggets. You can have 5 of these for 4 smart points. I'm on the blue plan, so that's what I'm going off of here. But I throw these in the air fryer. Getting an air fryer was one of the best investments I ever did. I put literally everything in there that I can, and it just tastes so crispy. It's so good. And it's quicker than doing it in the oven for some reason. So I love these when I'm making like a crispy chicken. It's like, you can put it on top of a salad, you can put it in a little sandwich, you can put it as a topping for pizza. There's so many different things. So, and then I'm gonna take probably about 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt, kind of just eyeball it because this has 0 points. And what I love about this is like, it's such an easy way to make a dough. I also sometimes make bagels out of this. So you start to just kind of work it together. I might need to add more yogurt, but you can kind of like feel it out. And eventually it starts to form a dough. Okay, so it's definitely tough at first, but eventually it gets to a dough-like texture. And I'm gonna go ahead and spread this out on a pan. And I actually bake it first for a little bit to like get it cooked. I also season it before it's cooked as well, where it does kind of have that like Greek yogurty taste. So season it really well. I just do like salt and pepper and garlic powder, and let's get this in the oven. So now I have my dough spread out and seasoned, and I'm gonna pop it in the oven at 450 for 10 minutes. Then we'll take it back out and add our toppings and bake it again. If you don't have as many points as I do, or you want a lower point option, I also love making pizza on these Joseph's pita bread for 1 smart point each. Super low point and so yummy. You can crisp it up in the oven, put your toppings on, and then like put it back in the oven, and it's like a flatbread. You can make a couple if you want for dinner. So good. And meanwhile, I have 160 grams of these air fried tenders in the air fryer for 6 points to use as my chicken for my buffalo chicken. All right, so I took the dough out after 10 minutes and I just added on 3 tablespoons of this Bolthouse Farms blue cheese. I believe that was 2 smart points. A little bit of buffalo sauce for 0 points. And then I topped it with a half a cup of fat-free mozzarella for 1 smart point. I'm gonna throw this back in for like 7-8 more minutes. And voila! Guys, does this not look so yummy? And we even have some room for dessert later. So I'll show you guys that when I finish this and just chill out and get a little more work. But I saw my friend Marissa eating these, she's also on WW, doing Nooks and Cranny bagels. And these have 6 points. So like they're in the middle of like a thin and a regular bagel. And they're like full-size bagels. They look bomb, but they're like kind of airy and holy in the middle. But that sounds great to me because then like your cream cheese can get up in there and stuff. I don't know. I'll let you know how they are when I try them. Really into salsa lately. I don't know why. Just on a salsa kick. Peach mango salsa. I love a sweet salsa. Sometimes you just want it to be easier. Some chicken broth. Certain recipes require it. Especially if I do chicken breast in the slow cooker, I like to add a little chicken stock for juiciness. My favorite barbecue sauce, sugar-free hickory from G. Hughes. Yar's favorite soup, tomato basil. These are some of my favorite grab-and-go snacks. These veggie stir, I was gonna say veggie stir-rolls. They're 3 points a bag. I love the zesty ranch. They're so good. Egg white. I think it's just 1 egg from what I saw in her video. Okay, that went so smooth. I'm honestly shocked. So I guess the key here is to whisk this first and get it like nice and fluffy. I can't find my hand mixer, so I'm going to use my KitchenAid, which seems like a big tool for a 1 little egg white, but you gotta do what you gotta do. God, is that all she used? She made it look super fluffy. We gon' learn today. This is so not going well. All right, I added another egg white and looks like, oh, these grapes look perfect. Oh, these grapes look so good. They look like big and juicy. I got yeast because I want to try to make homemade bread and I also want to make homemade pretzels. They have a homemade recipe for pretzels on the WW app and I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna make them this afternoon. We'll make like a sweet one for Yar. I'll make a salty one for me for dipping in mustard because he doesn't like mustard, and then we'll do a little taste test. You want, so now I'm gonna add in 30 grams of sugar and 10 grams of cornstarch. Thankfully, I bought this little scale on Amazon. As you guys know, I'm on Weight Watchers, and surprisingly, these recipes are not the worst. So I did a splash of vanilla as well, and then you can do whatever food coloring you want. I liked hers being blue, so I'm just gonna do a teeny bit of blue, just like for cloud vibes, you know? Woo! I'm so excited. Our oven is done preheating. It's just like so fluffy. Fluff it on here. Oh, hers looked fluffier than mine. Mine's like flat. Hers was more fluffy. Uh-oh. Should I be worried? Okay, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna gonna go with it. Maybe mine will just be like kind of flat, you know? I thought I beat the eggs long enough. They were super fluffy. I don't know. Some cheddar cheese for Yar. He loves cheese and crackers. Some green juice. For my bagels, I like to use whipped cream cheese, just a little bit lighter, and I like the texture. Reduced fat crescent rolls, I have a lot of recipes I like to use that for. Just ran out of eggs. I eat eggs every single day. Yar's American cheese. Why are there two? I like having little cheese snacks to grab throughout the day if I get hungry. They're like 1 point, I think. I love cheese. If you love baking, these two things will change the game for you. These are Truvia baking sugar blends. So they literally have a brown sugar one and a normal sugar one. And it has 75% fewer calories. So these are amazing for baking. Like you can literally just replace sugar, but I will say they're a little bit stronger. Like I use a little bit less than the allotted amount for sugar that the recipe will call for. My favorite pasta, you definitely need to invest in Fiber Gourmet pasta. So we tried shirataki noodles like a month or two ago, and it's basically noodles made of, I want to say like a mushroom or something. And they're like 0 points. They have like hardly any calories. And we just didn't love the texture of them. Like we're like, we just want real pasta. So you guys recommended Fiber Gourmet pasta. 2 ounces uncooked is 4 smart points. And these are so much more filling than normal pasta. There's a ton of fiber and protein in them. They're lower calories, a lot lower carbs. And they make them in like rotini. I have the elbows in rotini. I think they might have other shapes too, but they're so good for making all sorts of pasta dishes at a lower point. I always have garbanzo beans in the house. I love chickpeas. These are an amazing 0 point snack. If you want to put them in the oven with some salt and pepper and just like a spritz of like a cooking oil, they're a delicious, delicious snack. Also, fat-free refried beans are awesome to throw with lots of different recipes, whether you're doing tacos or nachos, whatever. Half a cup for 2 smart points. Favorite. So if you guys like the McDonald's hash browns, I've tried a few different like veggie or cauliflower hash browns. These are by far the best ones. Strong roots, cauliflower hash browns. Put these in your air fryer or like just in a skillet on top of the stove with like a little bit of like cooking spray. And let them get all crispy. They taste just like the McDonald's ones. Oh, here's the other flavor of the toasted chips. I got cheddar, got Yarm some Cheerios. I eat Magic Spoon. Let's cook. We're gonna make a Starbucks strawberry frappe at home. The video is from @foodies247. So, this looks so bomb. 2 cups of frozen strawberries, 1 cup of milk. I took out egg whites instead of milk. Things are going well for me. That's not milk. That's not milk. Milk. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream. I'm gonna use Halo Top as like a healthier protein version. And I think I'm gonna use Truvia instead of sugar. So you can kind of make it like a slightly healthier version. I'm using unsweet almond milk. I think this is gonna be bomb.com. I have my Ninja cup. So I have fresh strawberries and I have some frozen strawberry bananas. But I don't think it's enough. Well, I don't know if it's enough strawberries in here. I'm gonna pick them out, but I'll save the banana for later. Yeah, so I have about like a cup of frozen, and then I'm gonna do a cup of fresh. If we have to add ice, we have to add ice. Ugh, I love strawberries. I don't know if it's the bread or the little mozzarella balls, but it smells good in here. All right, strawberries are a go. Cup of milk. Let's do a splash of vanilla. And I'm gonna use Truvia instead of sugar. 2 tablespoons. This is so easy. And then a scoop of vanilla ice cream. So, funny story. I only have cookie dough. But the base is vanilla, so if anything, it could only make it better. This is Halo Top chocolate chip cookie dough. And I think this is gonna be bomb diggity. Okay, I finally have half of them ready to go. My water is boiling. This is hot. Okay. So now, they say like with your spatula, 30 seconds in the water. Should I just leave my thing in here? Should I try to take it off? I'm gonna take it off. I think it should have a full moment. For 30 seconds. Oh my God, I'm not counting. Okay, I'm watching my timer. Oh my God, it got so big. These are huge. Oh my, hi buddy. Oh my God, this looks so good. These are big. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of these and then throw them in the oven for 10 minutes. Okay guys, I also have flaky sea salt. Oh my God, this is gonna be fire. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Alright, I made half salty to have with mustard and half cinnamon sugar. They look really good. We'll see how they are when we taste them. Oh, they're so cute. He's gonna do a cinnamon sugar. I made him a little icing. It looks kind of weird, but it's the right flavor.
Yeah, it's the right flavor.
Yeah. It's just powdered sugar and milk.
Oh, it's like a donut. Nice and warm.
I hope it's good. I'm nervous. Bread is done. Bread is done. Oh my God. Let's see. Oh. Oh. Well, it did not fluff up any further, but the texture looks right otherwise. I'm gonna let this cool. I was able to get some ice cream out, so let's blend this bad boy up. All right. I have my little at-home Starbucks cup from Etsy. Gotta top it with some whipped cream. It just feels right. Ooh, girl! You guys, this, and we used like healthy substitutes too. And also, if you're the diet police, I'm not here for you. Make it whatever way you want. This is just my way, okay? My way. I don't know, it's like a TikTok thing. I'm not really sure. This is amazing. 10 out of 10 on that. Honestly, like, I can't even imagine how good it would be with like real sugar and real ice cream too, because like that is so good. And it's with protein ice cream. Just the last few days we have been making it work. Cheddar, fat-free, part skin mozzarella cheese, my favorite jumbo blueberries. And I got a couple Halo Tops my favorite dessert. But now we can put this to rest.
Yep.
Mama knows.
Mama knows.
Her McDonald's Diet Coke. Disclaimer. Drink your aspartame in moderation.
Not aspartame.
Yeah, yesterday Yarmin called it aspartame.
Yeah. It's called DSO. Anyways, while she has her Diet Coke, I'm gonna have my tea.
And then next I'm gonna make us tacos for dinner. Some turkey turkey tacos.
Tacos with the nice little sauce you make is so good.
So I'll show you guys when I make my tacos.
Perfect.
Alright, tacos with these Tumoro wraps. Ground turkey, lean ground turkey, some veggies, cheese. I use plain non-fat Greek yogurt in place of sour cream. I got cheese on my fingers. Also, I don't even know if we're gonna end up finishing the last season of 13 Reasons Why. We might. It's not good at all, and it's really depressing. So we had our dinner, and now I'm gonna try one of these babies. Yar's nomming on some Halo Top back there. I'm gonna try one of these Enlightened mint chip swirl.
Can I try one of those instead?
Yes.
Because this you gotta melt before it, like...
I've left it out for you.
It's like... Does this look melted to you guys?
It takes so long for them to defrost. Okay, let's try it, sure.
Doesn't look melted to me, dog.
It smells, ooh, it smells good. Only 3 smart points. You got your own?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry if you want to give me your own. How many smart points?
Only 3. I'm
low-key on the Weight Watchers diet.
Yarmin has officially lost over 20 pounds. He's feeling better. Feeling better. He feels quicker when he runs.
I do. That's crazy. I lost 20 pounds. Weird ice cream music that I know.
What music are we gonna play?
We're gonna play some
Walk.
stuff.
Oh, see, that's what I do. When I laugh, I hurt people. You like it?
I haven't even tasted it because I was too busy pitching my plan, dog.
Shark Tank, hit him up.
Hit me up if y'all interested.
Saturday right now, I just got in a huge grocery order, probably the biggest one I've ever placed on Instacart. We were kind of just like waiting to run out of a bunch of things we needed just to place one big order. So here we are. I have a lot of bags around me. So I'm gonna show you guys what we got for our huge grocery order. So these are Yar's fave chips to have like a sandwich and soup, which is what I'm gonna make them for lunch today. I'm gonna put away what I can while I'm showing you. So scoops are my favorite, like low point tortilla chip when I make like nachos. And then I love these as like a chip alternative. I like these, and then I also like the Crispin Thins. So delicious. I love them. I get them in 2 flavors. I don't know where the other one is. And I don't know why. I think I accidentally bought 2 of these. So one of our favorite like healthy snacks is making air popped popcorn. And then we add like this cheese, white cheddar like topping. So I got more popcorn kernels because we ran out of that. We love having just like a big bowl of popcorn if we want to watch something, and it's pretty low point. Breadcrumbs for cooking certain things. Okay, so bagels. Who doesn't love bagels? But they're kind of high point, so I usually buy bagel thins, which have 3 points. If you're new here, I'm on WW, which is why I'm talking about points. Sweet potato, tomato, lemons. limes. I feel like on TikTok, I see so many people talking about tahini. So many people. And apparently it's good on so many things. And I saw this one girl, let me know if you guys know who she is, because I can't remember her username. But she has like a strong Jersey accent, and she's really funny. And she took tahini and lime on cucumber and said it was amazing. And this just sounds like a good time. I think it's like spicy lime. It sounds like something I would very much enjoy. WW friendly, so I'm hyped. So I'm using these little light Baby Bell cheeses. These are only 1 point. And then I have these like healthier Cheetos. They're called Pitos. Because I saw these people did them. I can't remember the page. I will try to find it and put it below. You just put it in eggs, crushed Pitos, and then the air fryer, and then it's like Cheeto mozzarella sticks. So I'm gonna get my egg wash ready to go. All right, so this is so simple. I say that now, and I'm gonna I say that now, and then it's gonna be like a shit show. So I have my egg wash, and now I'm gonna crunch these up, mash them up. What can I hit them with? My literal lemon squeezer. Great way to get out your anger, ladies and gents and non-binaries. So this is like our shell. You can do this with real Cheetos or other crushed up chips or just panko. But yes. So it's just crushed up. I'm gonna take out any big pieces and eat them. So yeah, looks pretty good. Now, we're going to take our Baby Bell, and then it's gonna go in the egg and then in this mixture. And it's gonna be like a mozzarella stick, but I think even better. All right, I'm gonna put my little air fryer basket ready to go. You could do this with like cheese sticks too, like string cheese. So let's go ahead and put it in the egg wash. And the Pitos. Oh, this, guys, this is gonna be good. Like, how could this be bad, right? Should I do another second coating? I forgot to save this video in my phone, so I don't know who did it or how they did it. But I remember what they did, essentially. Yeah, a second coat was a good idea, because now it's like actually fully coated. Oh, yes. All right, I'm just gonna do 2. My husband's at military training, but he's coming back today, and I'm so excited. But he sadly won't be here for the Pitos mozzarella Baby Bell balls of mozzarella stick knockoffs. All right, in the egg, Pitos, back in the egg, back in the Pitos. Ew, oh God, oh, gross. Got a little egg in there. Something creepy about like the mucusy looking egg whites. I'm sorry, is that gross? That's probably gross. Please don't leave. All right, the first one was better, but because I got like egg white in here, and now it's like got a weird texture, but it's covered. In the air fryer we go. So since I can't find the video, I'm doing on 350 for 10 minutes. So fingers crossed that works. Let me know if there's anything else I should put tahini on, and I'll try it. Okay. Some tuna, I eat a lot of tuna. A big old bunch of kale. Contemplating if I want to make a salad for lunch with this. Ooh, cherries. I love cherries. I could eat cherries every day. I get crumbled goat cheese for my salad. Big bag of oranges. Got a couple sweet potatoes. I've never seen sweet potatoes like individually plastic wrapped. I've never seen that before. Bag of avocado. So I talked to my mom and I actually seem super stupid right now. When I was doing the recipe, I swear to God, it did cross my mind that like 2/3 of a cup of baking soda seemed absolutely atrocious. Otherwise, the texture is great. They're great, but the taste is just super bitter because it's like all baking soda. I can't believe I didn't question it. Because I've never seen more than like a tablespoon max of baking soda in recipes. But you know what? LOL, laughing it off. Oh my God. I read the directions wrong.
Listen, just make a smaller batch.
A smaller batch for sure.
Smaller batch.
For sure. So the 2/3 of a cup of baking soda, I assumed when they said add the baking mix to the mixture that the baking soda was included in that. It was included in the water that boiled for the pretzels. 2/3 of a cup of baking soda goes in the giant pot of water while the pretzels boil. Not in the baking mixture. I'm doing it again. I'll see you when they're done. All right, woo! Round 2. These are gonna be great. These are gonna be great. I made less this time. These are the salty ones. This one is the prettiest, so I think you should have this one. And I used that icing as a base for the cinnamon sugar, so it's like already on there. Like a glue. All right. You like it? For real?
Wow. Compared to last time, this is like a million times better.
Is it good though? Like, would you eat it again?
No.
I'm gonna try some of the cinnamon sugar one. They look good. I mean, the last ones did too.
Yeah. Right? Like it's not hitting hard. Like the other one, like that baking soda just slapped you.
These taste good. This is like a bagel consistency.
Yep. Right?
We should make bagels out of this.
Yeah.
I think because it's boiled, it gives that bagel texture.
Yeah.
Okay, these are great. Sorry, Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. It's not you, it's me. All right, guys. So that was everything that I ate today on WW Blue. And I think I literally had like 1 point to spare for the day. If I wanted to use that, I could have a 1 point cheese stick or something, like string cheese. I love that as a snack too. But yeah, honestly, every day is different. This is just what I ate today. Oh, my back hurts.